Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. We got a couple setups we're looking at. We're going to break things down a little bit. Going to wait for some people to hop up in here. Make sure go ahead and hit that like button as y'all hop up in here, y'all. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Going to be posting the recap of how we did last quarter today, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. I had this NAS idea, but as you can see, it retested this level a few hours ago. So, you know, we already know stick to our rules. We don't chase trades. But again, we're going to the bigger time frames. We can understand why price did what it did. One, if y'all was watching the live stream on Monday, or if you watched Sunday chart analysis, remember we was talking about how not only do we have to break past the lows, but we have to hold these lows as resistance. We're going to be too surprised to see a retracement. Now look at this. We're going to hold it as resistance. Now we're retesting, holding as resistance right now. So if we can continue to hold 19,420 as resistance, we can see price push back down to 1970. We do got some news popping off today going into the beginning of New York session. Yeah, right. We got the infamous ADP at 8:15. Going to be going live with the members and students during this to see what goes down and how things pop off. You know, of course, answer questions, all that good stuff. And we got some retracements going on as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out going into New York session, right? So again, we had a higher high get made, higher low getting made on GN. We haven't broken past the higher low yet, but we do have a fat retracement. So again, we're not going to be pushing or rushing or buying yet. We want to wait for price to hold levels of support. And we clearly see here that price did not hold this level of support, which is why again it's important to wait for that retest confirmation. You see what I'm saying? Same thing here. All right, so we're just going to let price do its thing for right now. Same thing with GJ. GJ is still in reversal territory. As you can see, it hasn't left or moved anywhere since Monday. It's just been chilling. You see our sell ideas, we see our buy ideas. We're just patiently waiting. Especially because, again, you just saw how we ended last month, y'all. There's no reason to be in a rush to take any setups, especially if they're not meeting our confirmations or following our rules. You know what I'm saying? You can see on your screen scrolling how we did last month. I'll be updating how we did last quarter. That's how we did quarter 4. We'll be tallying up to see how we did quarter 1 and be posting that later on today in the Telegram. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday too. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to watch it after the live stream. So again, we're looking for a retest. It retested this level last night, but as you can see, it hasn't retested it since. So again, if NAS100 can maintain and hold 19,430 as resistance, we're going to be for sales going down to 19,240. Yeah, but everything else right now is kind of like a reversal or a retracement territory. So we're interested to see what goes in the New York session, especially with the news reports, right? Because we have major news reports today. We got some tomorrow as well, but the super major ones are on Friday also. So we're going to be going live with the members today at 8:15. Then we're going to go live with the members Friday at 8:30 during the news. So just like we talked about on, what was it, yesterday? What was we at? What day was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. Just like how we talked about with yesterday, right? We got retracements going on. So we see GJ has not moved at all for the day, okay? So we're either going to see some action in this next hour or change, but if we don't see any action by 6:30, do not be too shocked or surprised. The price is just going to be chilling, consolidating until the news pops off, right? But again, it has not moved at all. It's just been chilling underneath this level. We can go right here on the smaller time frames. We see it's just been playing ring around the rosy, but so far it's just been chilling right above this level. It's trying to break the low right now as we speak. And then we see the GN, right? GN just did a big move for Friday to Monday, a little bit yesterday. I mean, a little bit on Tuesday, right? So again, a lot of people, we broke this out, a lot of buys Friday and Monday, but we was talking about that, right? So obviously, even on the smaller time frames at this point, you can see an uptrend, right? Which is the perfect time for the retracement to come into play, right? So this is how a lot of people get fucked up when they try to identify the trend, follow the trend on the smaller time frames, right? Because one, when the uptrend was still bullish, they were thinking we're in a downtrend, but this was just a retracement, right? So they fell for the hezzy here because again, right, look at this move down, and then look at this move up. I'm gonna try to not extend it too much. Right. Not even nearly as close as the move down compared to move up. This is like 3 times the retracement, right? Which is again why you want to go with the flow of price. You get what I'm saying? So before I keep going, let me make sure we're sounding good. I hate to be cooking. It sounds like my mic's getting cooked. See how we sound. Okay, we're sounding good. All right, cool. So again, after all this happened, even on the smaller time frames, I bet even on the 1 minute chart, people were seeing bullish momentum after Monday, right? And then we had this retracement, we had a pump up. So after this pump up, again, this is why you don't want to breakout trade. You want to wait for the retest confirmation, because as we can clearly see here, price rejected this resistance, broke above, turned it into support. Boom. Okay. Now, again, we also talked about this is how people during the New York session get fucked up as well. Because look at this. This was London session on the dot on Monday. Right? If you go to Monday's live stream, we broke this down on Monday's live stream. This was Monday, 3 a.m., London session. 8:30 pre-New York, 9:30 New York open. So literally, what do most people do that trade on the New York session? They might go to charts, look at 8:30, or they go to charts right at 9 o'clock to see what's going on. So they see, okay, the big upside. So I'm gonna go for buys, right? And then look right here. There's a 9:30 candlestick. They would have good entry, but again, this is why I trade London session. A lot of people are like, why do you trade London session? Because if I wasn't up right now, I would have missed this whole move, right? I would have missed this whole move right here. Okay. And then you see here, did a nice push to the upside. but then go to this next level. So if I was rolling trading in New York session, I wouldn't have even caught the full move I would have wanted anyways for this position. Right, so it went up a little bit, fed some people, then boom, rejected, canceled out this entire move from the beginning of New York session. And this was the 10:45 cancel, so a whole hour later, canceled out the entire move. Because again, everybody was asleep during Tokyo session. Everybody asleep during London session. Everybody want to trade New York session. So, and everybody likes to trade. Those that like to do New York session, they typically like to trade like 9:30, 11 o'clock, right? Because 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, that's lunch. After 1 o'clock, volume kind of picks back up. But I personally don't like to trade after 11 either, right? I'll hold trades. That's why in advanced price signal room, there might be stuff going as projected, but I'm off the charts. I'm doing something else. But yeah, I'll hold a trade throughout the New York session, shit like that. But as far as looking for setups and taking trades, it would have to have been like a super slow week for me to look for setups at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I mean, not 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Now, I'm not saying there's never going to be setups at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, because that'll be a complete lie. There has been plenty of setups during those times. That's just me personally, right? So that's why it's important to know your schedule and what times you want to trade, right? But this is why I also like to trade London session, because we wouldn't miss this entire move right here. So boom, an hour to catch this move. If you missed that move, boom, retrace back down to the downside, right? So you're gonna follow the floor price in a bigger time frame, because then a lot of people would have been looking for sales here. The price pushed up, but again, we see here that price held this level as support, right? We saw price rejected this level. It broke above and held it as support. And we did not see price do that here or here, which again is why we don't break out trade. We want to patiently wait for the retest confirmation, right? And we would have patiently waited for the retest confirmation. Those that was looking for buys here during Tokyo session wouldn't have got fucked up, right? Because I guarantee people are trying, especially because New York session did this or whatever. Now we entered buys here because we entered literally at the beginning of Tokyo. Like literally as soon as markets open, we jumped to that trade. I can show you that now since the trade's already played out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it over. And again, if you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at charts, drop in the chat. We're just breaking stuff down right now because, like we mentioned, we got a lot of retracements going on, a lot of range consolidating, and we got a new player on today. As we see, a lot of these charts are just doing retracements right now. So I'm not too worried, concerned about anything because we're not missing anything, right? So that's why we're using this time to break some stuff down. I'm actually going to, I want to look for sales here, but I still want to pay attention to how price reacts if it breaks this level. And again, with GJ, this is reversal territory. I'm not really looking for anything right here, but like I've been talking about all week, if we can hold 193.35 as resistance, you can look for short-term sales going down to 192.70. But like I said, the downtrend would not really officially be in play unless we can hold 192.05, 192 as resistance, which is why I have my sell ID and now my buy ID here, because we can break back above the support level at 194.10, 194.05. I'm going to look for buys, right? But this is a reversal territory, which is why you see all these wicks here. You see why price every time it's broke this level, it's never held, right? So that's why I'm like, hey, do what you want with this information, but understand that this is reversal territory, which is exactly why we haven't pulled the trigger right there. Again, we got this at 8:15 later on today. I'm going to go live with the students during that. So back down to, so let's go back to GM. Right, so boom, would have got messed up here. The price broke back above. We'll try to go for buys. Would have got messed up again, right? And then let's say, bam, fuck, I got fucked up twice here. Again, this is why you want to wait for the retest confirmation. Retest, 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 retest. All right, retest. Well, I moved these levels, but you can still see the entries. The retest, retest. All right, retest. Again, these levels are off because I moved my levels from when we was trading. All right, so my levels depending on the week what we're looking at, right? You can see from the entries are always off retest. That's the exact reason, right? You see the retest. Yeah, but right now, just retracement. So like I said, we're still bullish as of now, but we have a strong retracement. And again, you see what the candlestick's looking like. You hear me say this every time, right? London session just started. We're just 20 minutes into London session, and we already have a candlestick that looks like what a daily candlestick will look like after a full day, right? You see, this was a daily candlestick. This was a daily candlestick. This was a daily candlestick. So we see we're already at the length of the average daily candlestick right here. So when we see big candlesticks like this, a big moves like this early into the trading day or the trading candle, a few things are going to happen, right? We're either going to see an abnormally large candlestick, which I can't see one right here, like this green one, or this green one, right? But you see for the most part, they're not usually that size on the daily, right? So we're either going to see one abnormally large candlestick, or we're going to see some consolidation or retracement or price flip, right? So again, we wouldn't really be in a downtrend unless we break back the low as resistance, which is at 24.95, which is where we went for sales last time, right? You see here, this support level being treated as support, which gives the higher high. But when price reversed and broke the held as resistance, that's where we went for sales, right? Then you see here, price broke back above held that support, which gave us the higher high. So as long as we can hold that support, we're still going to technically bullish. But when we break back below that level, we can see the bearish momentum come back to the So we're just like this thing right now. And then GU, same thing. Like we look at this, it's just been stuck here since the beginning of March. So again, we're either going to see price reverse and break through this level with this today, or we'll see price break back above 29.55. Hold that support to the bullish momentum back to play. But again, it's just been literally just ranging here for our entire month. So we're going to see what these reports and news events got for us today and on Friday. So the only thing that looks kind of nice is NAS, but we still need a retest because it's a little too far from where I would personally want to enter at. All right, y'all. So that's what's going on with the charts right now. So again, like I said, if the market is still ranging like this, don't be too surprised if it's like this until 8:30, right? So it's like this going on to between now and like 6:30. You don't see any action. Don't be too surprised, but just wait until the news pops up. Dropped a few videos for y'all this week so far. I also dropped some videos over the weekend. Make sure to see those videos after the live stream today if you have not caught up already. All playlists are up to date. Never know. Hold on one second. What's going on, webinar? It's going good. It's going good. I just got done breaking down all the charts. So if you just hopped up in here, I had to rewind a little bit so you can see what's going on. If you got a question, you can drop it in the chat so I can answer you in real time. But if y'all just hopping in here, I recommend rewinding to like the first like 2-3 minutes. So I just got done breaking all this shit down. Man, y'all ain't checked out the recap of last month. Make sure to check that out, y'all. We went absolutely crazy. We've been on an absolutely crazy run. I don't even know how else to say. Like, I know sometimes people are like, you don't even sound excited. I'm like I said, you get to a certain point with trading where when they always talk about, emotional traders and stuff like that. Like, you have to get to a point where I'm not gonna say you don't feel anything, because obviously, like, when I make money, I'm like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like making money, but like, you have to get to a point, especially like when you're trading, that you can keep that out the way. Like, you have to move it to the side, right? So that's what I was talking about this on the TikTok live yesterday, right? And that's also what made me start using TradingView and not looking at my charts or my trade on the computer and stuff like that, because that way I can just simply focus on the charts, right? Because like most new traders, when I was trading, I would enter a trade, and as soon as I enter a trade, I'm looking at the red number on my screen, because man, if y'all know this, as soon as you enter a trade, you're going to be in drawdown. That's just how it works due to spread, right? So you're going to be in drawdown as soon as you enter a trade. So I used to always just stare at the red or blue number. Well, it's red and green now for us US or American folks. But I used to just stare at the number on my screen, and if it went up, it went down. I would never look at the charts to understand what was going on. So like if I was up a little bit, I'd like, okay, cool. But then when I look back and I read, I'm like, what the hell's going on? I don't understand why I'm in drawdown. But when you really understand that drawdowns are part of the game, retracements are part of the game, wins are part of the game, losses are part of the game, and then you come up with a game plan, you stick to a playbook, you won't really feel all that stress and emotions no more. Because again, talked about it live yesterday on TikTok. You're not following me on TikTok or Instagram, make sure to follow me on TikTok or Instagram. You see a scroll at the bottom of your screens. Instagram playmaker_weight, TikTok _playmaker weight_. I plan on going to these live 3 times a week on TikTok during the New York session, around like I'm going to go live around 11ish lately. But I'm always going to send the link out like usual, right? But I talked about it live yesterday, right? When you have a set game plan and you already understand everything that's supposed to happen, there is no emotion and stress, right? That's why I always say you have to have a plan, right? You can't just be in the market winging it. You have to have a game plan. You have to have a trading plan. You got to stick to it, right? That's why I call it the playbook, because I'm sticking to the playbook. I got a playbook for how to read the charts. I got a playbook on risk management. I got a playbook on how to grow my account, right? Those are coming soon too. But that's why it's called the playbook, because I'm sticking to the playbook, right? So every trade I take, I know how much I'm risking. Every trade I take, not only do I know how much I'm risking every trade, but I'm also willing to risk it, and I'm accepting that, right? I've noticed a lot of times people will just think, oh, if I put this lot size or I put this contract or whatever for y'all future traders and stuff, like, I can make X amount of dollars. But it goes back the same way. You can also lose X amount of dollars, which again is important. That's why it's important to not over leverage, but again, have a game plan. Actually sit and think about what you are risking and think, am I okay with risking this on this trade? If not, let me drop down a percentage or two. Or am I okay with risking this on the trade? Okay, right? But you're okay with taking that risk. You understand what you're risking. There is no stress if you're in drawdown. Because again, this is the plan. I plan to risk X amount of dollars to make X amount of dollars, right? I'm investing X amount of dollars to make X amount of dollars, right? So the drawdown shouldn't phase you no more. If stop loss gets hit, it shouldn't phase you, right? Especially if you have a high win rate, because again, when you understand the charts, you will understand why things take place. So when I was first beginning trading, I was like that a lot too. I was stressed, confused, but that's because I didn't understand anything. But now that I understand how to read the charts, when TPs get hit, I understand why TPs get hit. When stop loss gets hit, I understand. And then when you understand, then you know how to move accordingly. And there's none of that stress or getting annoyed or stuff like that, because again, you understand what you're doing. You understand you don't control the charts. You understand you don't control the markets, which is why it's so important to control everything that you have control over and do with it with intention, right? So that's why I always say you control how much you risk per trade, you control when you enter a trade, you control when you exit a trade, right? So everything that happens in the markets is your fault. Everything I do in the markets is my fault, right? Can't blame the markets for everything, because again, we understand that there's manipulation, understand that there's algorithm, rules of script to the markets, but at the end of the day, nobody's twisting our arm and telling us to day trade or invest, right? So again, you can't hate the player. You can hate the game though, but if you want to play the game, it's best to learn the rules. You get what I'm saying? And so it's very simple. Every trade I take, I know how much I'm risking. Every trade I take, I know how much I'm supposed to be making, right? So when I see the profit on my screen, it's the same thing. I'm not phased by the profit because that was part of the playbook. I know how much I'm supposed to make if I'm halfway, or if I hit X amount of TPs or hit the final TP. I know how much I'm supposed to make, right? So when I see those numbers on my screen, it's like, okay, cool. It's part of the plan, right? Just like if I'm in drawdown, okay, cool. It's part of the plan. Now, if I am in drawdown more than it was part of the plan, then I'm like, oh shit. But again, that doesn't happen because I calculate my lot size every single trade, right? Because so if y'all don't know this, members, y'all should know this, right? If you don't, make sure to watch the pinned video in the group chat. Right? Make sure to watch the pinned video in the group chat. But y'all should be calculating y'all's lot size, right? Every trade you take, you should be risking the same amount. Now, risking the same amount does not mean putting the same lot size. That's another thing I'll be seeing online. That's not like when y'all be seeing these lot size keys where they're like, oh, you have a $300 account. And if you're taking a gold trade, put this lot size. If you're taking a NAS, put this lot. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Because I talk about, you know what, screw it. Because, you know, this is the benefits of being in live streams, right? Now everybody be watching live, so everybody can get this game. So think of it like this, right? Think of it like this. Let's say I took 3 trades, right? Dang. Can I scribble in here? I can't scribble in here. Do they got a tool I can scribble? What is this? Drawing? Can I draw? No. I feel like there should be a tool. I don't be using this shit. I feel like there should be a tool I can scribble. Oh, I can scribble. All right. So let's say I take 3 trades, okay? Let's say the first trade is excuse the writing, we're winging it here. Let's say the first trade is a 50 pip stop loss. The second trade is a 25 pip stop loss. All right, how do I get rid of this? Okay, I got rid of it. And then the third trade is a 100 pip stop loss, right? And now let's say each trade, according to the lot size key, I need to put whatever, right? But let's say I'm going to put a 0.10 lot size for every single trade. Now, let's say all 3 of these trades stop loss gets hit. Am I going to lose the same amount on each one of these trades? Let me know in the chat. If I'm risking a 0.10 lot size, my first trade is a 50 pip stop loss, my second trade is a 25 pip stop loss, and my third trade is a 100 pip stop loss. Am I going to lose the same amount if all these stop losses get hit? Am I risking the same on all 3 of these trades? All right, let me know in the chat. Am I risking the same on all 3 of these trades? Exactly. Which is why those lot size keys are absolutely bullshit and hurting people. Because unless you have the same amount of pips each stop loss, which I don't recommend because it's situational, you can't just have one lot size fits all, right? This is why I always be telling people, like when people be hitting me up, that's why I made this video the other week, right? Let me drop this video in the chat. This is why I made this video the other week. Let me find it. Right, that's why I made this video right here, because I get questions all the time when I'm live or in my DMs. You know, how can I make $100 a day? How can I make $1,000 a week, or how can I make X amount of dollars? And my first question back is, what is your account size? Right? Because again, nothing is one size fits all. Like a lot of times people come over into the trading space, or even not even the trading space, because like I said, I run other pages and stuff, and it's like this in every niche. It doesn't matter if it's gaming, right? For the gamers, you'll be watching streamers or gaming content. They be like, oh, how do you do this, do that? And they're like, oh, this is how you do this, right? Like you want to get better movement in COD or something, this is how you do this. And then people don't want to do it, or they want to try to find a shortcut or easier way. It's like, bro, you have to practice. You got to practice your aim, my boy. Like you don't just get better aim without practicing your aim. Or even there's so many different niches and spaces, but it's all the same thing, right? It's the same thing with trading, right? It's not no one simple answer, right? So I like to give this analogy. It's like in school. You know how there's multiple choice questions where one answer is the correct answer and the absolute answer is either A, B, C, or D, all the above, but it's usually A, B, C, right? That's not how it is with trading. With trading, it's more like a written version, right? Where every answer is unique and there could be different answers, but they could still be correct. And what I mean by that is everything's situational, right? You cannot expect every day to be the exact same. You can't expect every day to be the exact same amount of pips, because that's just not how it works, right? So the same thing with the stop losses. Again, it's all situational, right? You can't just be like, I'm just going to have every stop loss be X amount of pips. I mean, you can do that, but if you actually learn how to read the charts, you'll realize that sometimes you can make a tighter stop loss, but you get a risk reward ratio setup, right? That's how you get better risk reward ratio setups. That's how on this trade right here, I forgot I wrote on here, not this shit. Yeah, I write better. My handwriting does not look like that. I promise. I promise my handwriting doesn't look like that. It's just, yeah, well, it is what it is. Right? So that's how it would catch a 1-to-1 ratio right here. Because again, I understand on this trade, I didn't need to make my stop loss as big as this stop loss, so I was able to tighten it, and then I was able to get a better risk reward setup. Obviously, also nice fluke. But even if we would have just went from here, this would have been 1 to 5. Or we went to here, the first level would have been 1 to 2, right? Whoops. So everything's situational, right? But this is why it's important to understand how everything works, have a game plan, and stick to the playbook. All right, so NAS is going nice. NAS is the only thing that actually I went for a trade on that's doing nice. But again, it retested this level last night, didn't touch it since, so it's just slowly taking off. But we are still going to be looking for sales here, right? Then the retracement we was talking about, now it's holding as resistance. So now we just got to blow through 1950 and hold that as resistance. Yeah, but everything else is just ranging, as we can see. Besides GN is ruining everybody's lives that trades on smaller time frames right now. Now, after this, smaller time frame people probably could have got this sell here. But again, this is why it's important to understand the flow of price, because like we was talking about earlier in the live, right? A lot of people on Wednesday last week were probably thinking about sales again after price dumped like this, right? But we didn't go for sales here. Yes, we went for sales here, but there's a reason why we didn't go for sales here. It's because it was looking at a bigger time frame. And sure enough, look what happened. Didn't break this level like it did here. Consolidated here. Probably trapped some more people. This is when they be like, oh, they're building orders. Ooh, wicked out. And the price flew to the upside. Leave people scratching their heads, right? And then right here, same thing. Now, after people seeing this, again, people go on the New York session, which was right here. Now, after seeing this move, even on the small time frames, everything's in an uptrend now, right? So now you're going for buys. So you would have missed this retest, which did right, like this was 9:15. 9:30 opening candle was this one right here. So again, this is why I tell you, if the markers are open, take the setup. Fuck all this. Wait until a session open, or wait until New York 30. New York's the best session. Not only would you have missed the retest, you would have waited for the 9:30 open. But then when you entered or waited for the next retest, you would have missed it and got fucked up if you was one of those people that don't wait for the retest confirmation, right? And then if you're one of those people that's chasing price, you would have probably thought sells when market open just for price to push back up. Again, me and the members hopped in this. And then again, we were like, oh, well, it's right back for was New York session. So let me go for a buy here. Again, just like wait for the retest. Boom, would have took an L here again and price tanking. So now everybody's like, what is going on? It was just flying to the upside, now it's tanking to the downside. So this is why it's important to follow the 4 for bigger time frames so you don't be all over the place. So literally it's canceling out the entire move it did last week right now. See what I'm saying? And GJ's just taking a nap. It's going to be interesting what GJ does today. GU as well. Again, this is another important part about the trading psychology. But it's more game. You want to find the bias, but you don't want to be biased. Or you want to find the bias, but you don't want to be biased. And what I mean by that is, this is how I am. I don't give a fuck if price goes up. I don't give a fuck if price goes down. I just need to know which one price is going to do, right? So again, if we're in an uptrend, cool. I'm not like, damn, I like selling better. I like downtrends better. No, I don't give a fuck. I just need to know what trend we're in so I know what I need to do, right? So I know I've been seeing stuff online where people are like, oh, I like selling more than buying. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I just need to know what trend we're in, and I just don't like consolidation, but I know I can't do nothing about it. So I just want to see us leave this mess. I don't care if we go up or go down. I just need us to go up or go down so then we can do something. You get what I'm saying? And that's the same mindset y'all should have with trading too. There should be no favorite trend. It should be just strictly figuring out what trend we're in so y'all know what to do. You get what I'm saying? Appreciate the likes too, y'all. If you ain't like the live yet, make sure to like the live and subscribe if you ain't subscribed already. Let's see what we got going on in here. We need to take time. Now split out. Exactly. And like it's kind of good for at least us Americans, right? That well, let me not say that because not all brokers do that, but there are brokers now that kind of make it easier, which is nice, right? So like MT4, MT5, shout out to them, still OGs, but that shit, especially the computer version. I don't know if y'all ever used it. All I'm not about MT5, but the MT4 computer version, even the sound effects, that shit sounded like Windows 70. It sounds like they did not update that shit since the stock markets became a thing, right? So there's a lot of new things and brokers and trading platforms or whatever the fuck you call them, where they kind of help you calculate your lot size if you just take the time to do so, right? Like, which is hilarious because I had to fucking figure this out the hard way, but I guess, our technology in the future, right? Like, for example, like Match Trader, if you take your time before you take a trade, you can literally calculate your lot size to make sure you risk exactly what you want to risk, right? So there's a lot of stuff now that makes it a lot easier to do that. But again, it just comes with the word of the day, patience. You got to patiently figure that out. But that's also why, screw it. That's also why I tell people to have a lot size key. That way you don't have to calculate that shit. Like I have a lot size key in my phone right now for all my accounts, all my prop firms, my personal live accounts, all that. So every account, I know what lot size to put for every trade, depending on how many pips the stop loss have. That way, again, I got my playbook. So all I got to do is refer to the playbook. There's no guessing. There is no trying to figure it out in the moment, which makes me rush. And because again, you see the candlestick moving, you following. Again, when you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Right? That's why I be chilling during these lives. I don't be freaking out or nothing because I already know what the game plan is. I'm just waiting for it to come. Right? I'm just waiting for the whistle to be blown. You get what I'm saying? Trade logger figures everything. Yeah, just like I'm saying, there's a lot of shit now that makes it easier. So I'm like, y'all are lucky. I sound like an old motherfucker now. Y'all are lucky. Because back in my day, I had to walk through to 5 miles. No, I mean, for real, let me serious. Like, literally, I had to sit down. This is what I had to do to figure out how pips work. That's why I'm like, y'all motherfuckers are lucky that we're in the future now. Because when I was figuring this shit out, I literally went on a demo account, picked a lot. I think I just put a standard. And then I was figuring shit out. So I didn't give a fuck. I forgot. I don't know if I put a buy or sell. I didn't give a fuck. I just took a trade, let it play for a minute, then I closed the trade. And I saw how negative or how positive I was. And then I had to sit down with my calculator and do trial and error to see how the fuck did I get to this number by putting this lot size. And that shit's not easy when you don't know what the fuck's going on. So I already had to figure out all these different decimals, all these numbers. I had to figure out how the fuck did this lot size make me lose this much. And that's how I figured out how to count pips. That's how I figured out how to calculate lot size, all this shit. But nowadays, they got shit that does it for you. Man, I had to figure that shit out the hard fucking way. And that shit was annoying as fuck. Cause I kind of like math, but I don't really like math to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? But I like counting money, so I had to figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? But anything besides the basics, I don't really like that shit. I think a lot of math stuff is like a lot of the math they be teaching. Well, I don't know how it is in other countries. I'm like a lot of the math they were teaching. I'm like after algebra, I'm like, okay, this shit's kind of getting out of hand. Like unless you want a degree for this shit, it's like nobody's walking around with fucking protractors in their back pocket and shit. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But that's besides the point. I just started rambling at it. I used to think that shit was fucking a waste. What's going on, Flubby? I see you up in here. My day was good. I can't complain. My day was good. I can't complain. Just chill. Worked on the next series of the playbook. By the way, the playbook is available, ladies and gentlemen. People have been buying it. So far, only 2 countries have bought it. Shout out, obviously, people in America, but shout out Brazil, too. I got some people in Brazil that have copped the playbook. All right? I didn't know we had some Brazilians watching, but shout out to the cousins in South America. You feel me? But if you use discount code MYYEAR, you'll get 50% off. Members and students, y'all got y'all special discount code. Or if you comment Playmaker under any of my posts on TikTok and Instagram, you see TikTok and Instagram scrolling at the bottom of your screens. I'll DM you a special discount code as well. But again, it works on stocks, forex, options, and crypto. And if you've been in the TikTok lives or following me on Instagram and TikTok, you already know what we were breaking down in that book. But yeah, we went absolutely crazy last month. We went 13-1, giving us another 90, not 90, but 90s% win rate, 92 to be exact. And we caught a whopping 146,592 pips. That is not just the number I felt like typing. No, everything is documented in real time. So if you don't believe we caught this many pips, y'all can scroll back to the beginning. I make it easy. You just click right here. It'll take you all the way back to the beginning of March, as you can see. And you can watch it live stream if you want, or you can catch the day, see the time, and you can be like, did this move really happen? Oh, let me see. What's this? oh, he even shows the signal, so you can even see when he actually enters. So if you think I'm lying, you can do all the math you want. I'm such a kind person, I did all the math for you. But got some dollars in here. But you know, we went absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna be doing the recap of the video later on today. But if y'all want a little sneak peek, again, first link in the description. Went 13-1 last month. February went 12-0. And in January we went 17-3. We just fucking backhanded at the beginning of 2025. And then you know, you see how we did quarter four. Again, that's going to be updated in tomorrow's live stream. This is how we ended last year. 181 wins to make the loss at 89% win rate. We really do this shit over here, y'all. It's called the playbook for a reason. I'm playmaker for a reason. All right, so gold just broke this. This is a. I don't like this stop. So gold, we are still bullish. So gold can hold 31.22, 31.24 support. We can look for buys come back up to 31.34, but we're going to have to break this resistance level, hold that support in order for us to see the all-time highs come back into play. But if we reject this level again, I love retracements because that's just more opportunities to catch big moves. But it looks like it's trying to push, but we did just have a higher high, so I'm too sharp surprised the price does try to retrace down to either 30.96 or even down to like 30.70 price range, right? But again, we're not trying to catch the reversals or retracements. We just let the retracements go, and then we catch the next move up, right? Just like we did right here. Well, you can't see it. Let me go to the screen. Just like we did right here, all right? Let price retrace, boom. Let price retrace, boom, right? Let price retrace, didn't meet our confirmation, didn't pull the trigger. That's simple, right? But that's again why you want to wait for the retest confirmations. You get what I'm saying? Let me see what we got going on in the chat. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at your charts. Drop in the chat. Make sure to like the live. Y'all subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And make sure to explore the playlist. Again, we don't just talk about day trading or post about day trading. This is an all-around investment channel. Go over post weekly crypto plays, weekly stock plays, and analysis, and all that good stuff. Speaking of weekly, I got to drop analysis for this week. Speaking of which, one of my homeboys asked me to make a video too, so I'm gonna make a video. So yeah, there's a few more videos dropping this week. Don't you worry. We drop at least 5 videos a week, not including live streams on YouTube. We post damn near, if not every day, on Instagram and TikTok. So make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. You'll see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Let me put this chat, y'all. See what we got going on. Again, we got news at 8:15. Gonna be going live with the members and students. News. All right, let's see what we got for us. Let's see what we got going on. What's the best way to learn where to put the support and resistance levels? If you want to learn how I do it, I recommend investing in one session or a course side where I can teach you step by step how to do it. But I do got videos on my channel going over support resistance, supply demand, all that stuff. But again, mine are very specific for what I'm looking for, which is why there's not a bunch of lines all over the place, or why it's not a box generalizing an area, why they're also very precise. You get what I'm saying? I still do it manually. Just yeah. You got to, because you never know. You never know, right? I still do it myself. It wasn't until the whole NT4, NT5 situation where you know, they had all that shit happening for us, where I discovered that. And I was like, wait a second. They got shit to do with Forest now? I ain't gonna lie, I was mad. But then I was like, I shouldn't be mad. I should be grateful. But I still do it to make sure on my own end as well. But it is convenient sometimes on the spot when I don't feel like calculating it, or like if I'm doing a more aggressive stop loss or something like that. So I can do it on the moment or on the spot, because that's what I've been doing lately. I don't know if y'all been noticing, members and students, but Our risk rewards have been a lot higher. But that's also because our stop losses have been a lot tighter, right? Yeah, I'm waiting to see what GJ and GU got in store for us today, because they just been teasing us for a cool minute. They just been teasing us for a cool minute. I think XRP is going to test that 163 mark. Yo, let me know something. Speaking of that, I woke up from my nap before going live, and wow. Okay, never mind. But literally, the Oanda, which is why I'm on a whole nother chart, the Oanda was missing for like 3 hours off my trading view thing. But now it's back, which is hilarious. But the Oanda was missing for like 3 hours on my trading view. I don't remember which one was on. I think it was this one. I don't remember which one I was looking at. I don't remember where I was at. Which one was that? Yo, am I tripping, bro? Which one was I just on? I'm gonna have to go back in the live and see which one I was on. We're just gonna feel on this one for now. I'm gonna find that. But they were missing. My NAS and gold Oanda were missing. Now they're back, so now I look crazy, right? But I promise you, these motherfuckers were missing because when I opened my computer, my charts were not on them. And I was like, why are my levels missing? And then I go look at the source, and I'm like, where's my Oanda source? But now, of course, you know, it's just like when you be like, oh, I can't find something. Or come look real quick. And when motherfucker finally come and look, they're like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, they were just doing this. Well, it's all good. It's okay. You know, they say the crazy people aren't crazy anymore. So that's what they tell you. That's what they say. But let me find my actual chart, because I want my markups on gold again. So what is the fucking chartology? But yeah, I'm gonna look at XRP in a second. I ain't forget about you. I just need to see what chart I was on. This is the power of the internet, so I can just go back to the live stream and rewind real quick. What source was I just on? FX open. Of course. Okay. All right. But yeah, if you don't know what my boys talking about in the chat, make sure to watch the updated XRP, XLM, and HBAR analysis show. All right, because again, all this stuff going on in the news, all this nonsense going on. All right, you heard it from me. All right, heard it from me. There's an excuse to do what they're doing with the markets, right? Talked about it in the Bitcoin video right here, right? So I'm not going to talk about it too much right now because I want y'all to watch that video. But just really quick, right? I didn't talk about this in the video, so I'm going to talk about this in the video, okay? This is why it's important to, again, have a game plan to play, but also know how to read the charts, right? So let's go back in time, y'all. Let's go back in time. Close your eyes with me. Let's go back in time to 2021, 2022, when Bitcoin erupted out of nowhere and hit that 68K for the first time, right? We all remember that, right? And then what happened afterwards, right? It retraced. Now we're in 2022. What happens the second month of every year in America? What major event happens every month? I mean, not every month, every February, every year in America. Does anyone know? Let me see if y'all know what I'm talking about. What happens every February, every year? That's a major event in America. Let me know. Let me know. Let me see if y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me see what y'all know. Let me see if somebody knows. I'm saving for the club, but yep. And yeah, and when you're ready for it, just DM me. I'll give you a discount code. When you're ready for it, when you're ready to invest in the playbook, DM me. I'll send you a discount code. What happens every February in America? That's a major event. All right, we got 6 people in here. I know some. I need somebody to guess. I ain't gonna roast you if you're wrong. I just want somebody to guess before I say it. I want to see if somebody knows. I'm real curious. All right, nobody wants to say anything. All right, well, I'm gonna just make my point then. Okay. Bet. So, spoiler: the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl happens February every year for the most part in America. So I don't know if y'all remember 2022. I know that was 3 years ago. But those that watched the Super Bowl, what are they also known for? Their commercials. So if y'all remember the commercials they had during the 2022 Super Bowl, that was also around the time when, crypto arenas came into play, right? And what happened when these crypto arenas came into play? They're still in play right now. There's still a bunch of crypto arenas. Right? I went to one a couple months ago. But besides the point, 2022 Super Bowl, they had like 3 or 5 crypto commercials. They were telling everybody to, oh my God, Bitcoin just did this. Crypto's the move, crypto's the wave. Everybody buy crypto. They had that was like one of the first years too. They had like a bunch of QR codes. Like they had commercials that was just QR codes, and that was like one of the first years they started doing that shit. I ain't watched the Super Bowl this year. I don't really watch this like that. Well, I watched it that year, right? So we just broke all-time highs. Then they promoted the fuck out of crypto, and then what happened? Price tanked. Right, so they got everybody to buy right before they retraced, and all the government banks and hedge funds sold their shit, right? So then what happened? Everybody bought at the peak because again, everybody thought Bitcoin was a scam, or their only criminals use Bitcoin to pay and all the right. I thought Bitcoin was this, and that. But after it hit 60K, nobody can ignore that because people actually made money that invested in crypto. I was one of them. I bought it, man. That was before I even knew how to read the charts. I just knew cryptos to invest in, and I knew stocks to invest in. This was before I even knew how to read the charts. I remember I made a bag off it. I ain't gonna lie. I spent that bag, but I made a bag back then, right? And I sold like when it went to 50K, I sold all that shit. But they got everybody hyped up to buy after we broke all-time highs. We had everybody talking about Bitcoin just hit 68K, just hitting all-time highs. And then they promoted the fuck out of it, and then it sold off. And then what happened when it sold off? Oh, see, I knew Bitcoin was a scammer. Oh, investing's too risky because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm about to keep. Right? And if you was one of those people, it's all good. It happens to the best. Right? Then what happens a year later? Bitcoin starts to push up. People start talking about it, but oh, no. Last time I bought into Bitcoin, I lost money. I don't know why I lost money, but I lost money. So it's a scam, right? Then we had price push back up again 2 Februarys later to where it left off, right? And this was right before the halving. And again, this resistance level turned into a support, which gave us that new higher high, right? And then what happened with Bitcoin again? Everybody out of nowhere started talking about crypto again in November. How convenient everybody started talking about crypto out of nowhere in November when that was when we had a big push after we just broke those all-time high, right? And everybody was hyping up, oh my God, Bitcoin's gonna hit 100K. And then there was also people talking about some, oh, no, it's not going to hit 100K. Then it hit 100K. So what do you think a bunch of people do once it hit 100K? Oh, maybe I should buy now, right? Because that was the magic number. For some reason, that was the magic number, 100K, 100K, 100K. Why the fuck is that the magic number? Who knows, right? That's a very specific number, but I guess, 100K. But that was the magic number. So we see here, November, we barely missed it, right? So the hype got even stronger. Oh my God, we're going to hit 100K, we're going to hit 100K, right? Then we finally hit 100K in December, right? And then we stayed here for a little bit. And again, if you watch my Bitcoins video, when it first hit 100K, I told y'all to be ready for a retracement. I told y'all if we can't hold that 98K, 100K as support, we're going down. So again, everybody bought. I actually had people message me telling me they bought 100K. And nobody knows who it is, so it's not like they're about to live. Like, yo, like, I just bought 3 Bitcoin. I was like, wait. You talking about 3 whole Bitcoins? Yeah, I just bought 3 whole Bitcoins at 100. I said, why would you do that? I said, don't freak out. But once we break over 100K, I recommend securing profits and waiting for a retracement because that shit's going to go down. You think they're the only person that bought 3 Bitcoin, 5 Bitcoin, half a Bitcoin, any Bitcoin once they hit 100K? No. Everybody than mama bought here. So when the price retrace again, oh my God, this is the second month in a row price retraced. But again, this is why it's important to read the chart, right? And when everybody be talking about stocks and shit, I'm like I talk about a lot. Like if the stock shot up for 6 months straight, a 2-month retracement is nothing crazy. You get what I'm saying? But this is why it's important. I'm saying to read the charts, understand what they be doing with a lot of this shit, right? So again, it's important to understand what they're doing, right? Because again, they don't want everybody to be rich, right? Which is why they got to do shit where they do it, right? So again, I'm never going to say any manipulation in the markets. But why I be saying all that stuff BS is because people, instead of figuring a way around it, they just want to use that as an excuse to be defeated. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so there's manipulation, so what? Let's figure out how that shit works. That's what I did, right? That's what I'll be teaching everybody once they see me in the playbook and shit like that, right? So again, there's a lot of shit going. I can't say too much, but everything is nowadays, right? And for investors, do not just watch the news. Look at the charts. Look at the charts. Then watch the news. Right? Look at the charts. Then watch the news. And then you're gonna start seeing a lot of things click and connect. All right, you're gonna see a lot of things start to click and connect. But like I said, I'm not gonna say too much on here. But I already said my winder was missing on gold, and then I pulled it up. Already looked crazy, right? So I ain't gonna say too much. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not on this. On this now. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said in the XRP video, if we can't hold that low, it's gonna retrace down to there. And like I said, I don't really mind if it does that. I don't really give a fuck because again, I got in at like 40 cents, 50 cents. And of course I scaled in. Like my average price is like still like 70 cents. So like I'm chilling, right? Now I took some profits, don't get me fucked up. I took profits, but XRP, I had plenty of XRP. XRP is not my main concern until it retraces personally, because there's a lot of other coins that are cheaper that I can make a lot more money on. And also I videos talking about that as well. Yeah. Looks like gold might try to do something for us. He's already trying to do something else. And yeah, like this right here. And every time I go into teach, I always say every time I go into teacher mode, I end up missing the setup. It's all good though. I talked about this a bunch of gold, y'all could be in this right now. It's all good. I ain't tripping. Again, you gotta get those. I'm telling you, once you join the playbook, especially one of the first things I do, especially now, I have people that come to me brand new, so it's a lot easier when they're brand new to trading. But for people that hit me up in one of those sessions and book one-on-one sessions that I've been trading for like a year, 2 years, one of the first things I have to do is slowly deprogram how they read the charts, right? Because I talked about this in the TikTok live yesterday. I talked about this in the playbook as well. You got to make me pull out the playbook. I almost went the whole string without pulling it out. I gotta pull it out now. Though. I gotta pull the playbook out now. Gotta pull the playbook out now. Where all right. The charts are like 1,000-piece puzzle. Each candlestick being one piece to the puzzle. Do you think you can see the full picture with this one piece? No, which is why exactly identifying a single candlestick doesn't help you understand everything. Think about these patterns or candlesticks to find do the actual thing the price is doing or what it's doing. No, they just say when you do this, or do that. So the point of me saying that is, again, you can't just identify a pattern because there's patterns in everything. There's a head and shoulders in the uptrend. There's a head and shoulders in the downtrend. A head and shoulders can be a retracement retest. A head and shoulder can cause a reversal. It's like liquidity sweeps can continue the uptrend. Liquidity sweeps can continue the downtrend. The liquidity sweeps can cause a reversal. Liquidity sweeps can just be a retest, right? Same thing with engulfing candlesticks. Same thing with doji candlesticks. So that's why it's important to understand the entire thing, because you just focus on that one part and don't correlate with everything else. That's where all the confusion and shit comes into play. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all. So we got gold retesting right here. NAS is the only thing that's really doing anything worthwhile, but we missed that entry, so it's good. Again, we got news in 4 hours with the infamous ADP, so make sure to keep on y'all's charts. Again, if y'all are in trades, either secure profits or close before the news. And I'll never recommend entering trade on a news candlestick because that's the epitome and definition of gambling. All right, if you don't understand how to trade news, members and students, I recommend watching the replays. We go live at least twice a week during news events. But if you're not a member or student, links in the description to join. Or, of course, I got the playlist on YouTube titled How to Trade News. So make sure to check out and explore that playlist. All right, y'all. Where's the camera before? It's what happens. And again, like I said, if you weren't familiar with crypto or in the crypto game before November happened, a lot of people hopped into the crypto once the November push happened. So again, it's not really entirely everybody's fault, right? Because again, you just heard about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. Like I said, I've been with crypto like before I learned how to read the charts and shit. I used to only trade crypto, gold, and sometimes indices. So like I used to only trade like long-term investments as well as day trade crypto and gold. Like I used to day trade like you know those that use the FX, you know what I'm talking about. I used to day trade Solana, Litecoin. I used to even XRP. I used to day trade all that shit. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and gold. That used to be the only things I used to trade, right? So you know I was on the crypto shit for a while. So you know it's a little bit different. You're just finding out about it. But, you know, it's part of the game, right? You're gonna make mistakes, you live and learn. But I always say, like, don't just sell just to sell, right? Now, if you're down like 80%, 60%, maybe, right? But for the most part, that's why you have the DCA, because that's also why they say buy low, sell high at the same time, right? But a lot of people, because they don't read the charts, you just listen to news events or when people talk about a coin or a stock, they accidentally keep on buying high and selling low, right? So Yeah, looks like gold gonna try to do something. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Like I said, like that's also why, like when people come to me about day trading, they're like, "Oh, what if I'm brand new to day trade? What should I do?" I always be like, "Don't worry about making money. Don't even worry about finding a broker." And then when I say that, a lot of people get turned off by it. But again, I'm not here to make you feel good to sell your dream. I'm here to make sure you don't make the same mistakes I make, and make sure you make bread efficiently as quickly as possible, right? And again, when you're brand new to anything, you're going to make mistakes as you learn. So would you rather make mistakes and learn without losing money, or make mistakes and learn while losing money? You get what I'm saying? So again, a lot of us, I was in the same position, right? I already told my story a bunch of times. I'm going to do it again today. But I did the same thing where I was losing money while learning, and I was in such a rush to make money, I didn't even fucking know what I was doing or what was going on, right? So now, once you learn, you will make your money back. But again, which one would you rather do? Lose a bunch of money and slowly make it back, or not lose a bunch of money, learn from your mistakes, learn how to do the shit properly, then put your money and invest it and not lose as much because you already went through all the learning curves. You get what I'm saying? It's just all about, again, just sitting back, not trying to be in a rush and just logically thinking. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to everybody in the live, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been live since y'all joined. Again, make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal from Telegram, y'all. See how we did last month. Again, I'm going to be posting the recap of the quarter later on today. So make sure you're looking for that. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, assuming you're interested in program, make sure to put links in the description, y'all. I'm going absolutely crazy. And as I say that, I forgot I'm in a completely different chart. So none of my trades are on here, so I'm just going to my actual chart where my trades and shit at. There we go. All right, there's these beautiful setups right here. All right. So again, watch any of my YouTube videos the last 2.5 minutes. I go over all the details. But of course, if you got any questions, you can DM me on Telegram or even TikTok. I see you scrolling at the bottom of your screens. And yeah, members, be on the lookout for the link to the live. We're going to be going live in 4 hours. All right, y'all. And again, I dropped a new video on YouTube yesterday. Make sure to catch up with all the videos. All playlists are up to date. And get your copy of the playbook, y'all. It's now available. But, we'll be back at the same time tomorrow. London session 3 a.m. EST.